The Utah County Sheriff's Department's releasing new information into exactly what happened here up Provo Canyon after a woman fell to her death at Bridal Falls. I'll have that live report coming up.
Plus, the relief effort in the Philippines is at a near standstill as thousands still are stranded. What battle rescue crews face this morning as they try to reach every island.
And could we have one more day of nice temperatures, Grant?
Yes, exactly, Lori. And we do get that day today. The skies are clear this morning. It is a little hazy, though, 34 degrees at the airport. Not seeing any stormy weather. We did have clouds that rolled through last night, but we're in the clear now, both north and to the south. And it does look like we're going to stay that way one more day with the temperatures above average and plenty of sunshine, close to 60 along the Wasatch Front. But it does look like a storm's coming as early as this time tomorrow morning. I'll touch on the details of that, talk about how much colder it'll be getting straight ahead.
All right, 6:30 on this Thursday morning. We're going to check in with Andy Farnsworth and get a look at our traffic. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. A very nice start to things for the most part. We do have a couple of minor issues I'll tell you about in a sec, but as you can see, pretty much the whole commute running at the speed limit right now. No crashes to report on I-15. Here's a live look at I-15 as you head north through Sandy. A little bit busy, as you can see on the northbound side there on the left. And then we've got some lights malfunctioning. This is on 5th South Bountiful on the west side of I-15, but traffic handling it just fine, pretty light. And we have a crash reported on Legacy Parkway going north just after Parish Lane, Centerville, but traffic getting by that just fine too. Lori, Andrew?
All right, Andy, thanks. Developing this hour, around 4 o'clock this morning, KSL learned new details about a hiker who fell and died in a late-night hiking accident.
And KSL's Haley Smith has those details, and she's live at the mouth of Provo Canyon with this morning's developments. Good morning, Haley.
Good morning. Yes, all of the details as to exactly what happened are just coming in, but I did confirm this morning with the Utah County Sheriff's Department that it was a 20-year-old woman who died here at Bridal Falls. They say that she was hiking up that portion of the canyon when she fell. Now, let's take you to the scene when this all happened last night. The Sheriff's Department says that around 5:30 they were called out to an injured hiker. The woman had fallen from the second ledge on Bridal Falls. That's about 40 feet. Search and rescue crews and Life Flight were all called out, but I was told that the woman then died. The Sheriff's Department says this area has a lot of hiker traffic, and they see roughly a dozen calls here a year for search and rescue. Part of the problem is that it's very accessible, and it's not a highly technical climb, but they say that it's not an easy climb either. The Sheriff's Department says that it's easy to get stuck in a situation where you've gone beyond your skill or your abilities. The department noted that the woman's skill level is not known at this time, and they're not sure if she was climbing without any equipment or if she was just hiking in the area. Now, the department, again, they're working to release all of those details this morning, and as well as this 20-year-old woman's name. They wanted to make sure that her family was notified and they could get in touch with all of them before that information was released. And you can find the very latest as that moves forward on KSL 5 News at noon. Back to you.
Haley Smith live at the mouth of Provo Canyon. Haley, thanks so much. 8 jurors, 11 hours, and eventually a guilty verdict. This morning, we're learning more about what some of the jury members went through before convicting Martin McNeil in the death of his wife, Michelle.
That it wasn't an easy process deliberating to come to this conclusion. We went through every bit of evidence several times over, and made sure we made the right decision that everybody could be at peace with.
It was a tough process at first. A lot of the information was circumstantial.
We felt that there were just too many different circumstances, even to all have happened coincidentally within such a short time frame, that did not have a logical explanation.
The jurors say they were 5 or 6 hours into deliberations before they even took their first vote. But by the end of hour 11, they were all convinced McNeil carried out a cold, calculated plan to murder his wife. They also say they have no second thoughts on the conviction and hope Michelle's family can find peace now that Martin is finally facing justice.
Nations from all around the world are joining in on a massive relief effort to help the victims of Typhoon Haiyan. But aid is still not getting to the people who need it the most. Now, 6 days later, we're getting our first look at some of the other hard-hit areas of the Philippines. Now, this is Palo, just outside of Tacloban. The eye of the super typhoon passed right over this area. Any trees that are still standing are stripped of leaves, most of their branches, and even bark. And the church in the town is still standing, but its roof torn off by the wind. Also, this is amateur video taken in San Juan the day the typhoon hit. The wind tore off part of the roof, blew down a wall. The woman who took this video says the neighboring homes were just simply destroyed. And new aerials of eastern Samar in the Philippines show the devastation there. Small coastal villages simply no longer exist. The mayor of one small village said he's worried because no help has arrived yet to feed his hungry people. And tons of aid is sitting in Manila, but flights to Tacloban still can only arrive in daylight. They can't land at night. Many of the roads are also blocked by debris. The infrastructure is simply not there to allow the aid to reach everyone who desperately needs it. I mean, you can see those people on the ground there. And in Tacloban, thousands of people are waiting at the airport to actually get out. The current death toll is officially at 2,344, but that is still expected to rise. Victims are now being buried in mass graves. And the leader of the U.S. relief effort said the entire Pacific Command is now focused on coming to the aid of the Filipino people.
In one of Canada's largest cities, leaders are asking the mayor to take some time off after he admitted to smoking crack.
Yeah, during the city council meeting last night, Mayor Ford denied any drug or alcohol problem. And his brother, Councillor Doug Ford, also had a question for the rest of the council.
Have you ever smoked marijuana? Have you ever smoked marijuana? Hold it. Have you ever smoked marijuana? It's a question. It's simple. A yes or a no. Have you smoked marijuana?
Point of privilege, Madam.
Okay.
The answer, I guess, is yes.
A bit belligerent there. A little more than a week ago, Mayor Ford admitted to smoking crack cocaine. Ford says he won't leave office no matter what. And it's time now for the Doug Wright wrap. And he says he's going to run for re-election in Toronto. And Doug, do you think he has a fighting chance?
You never know. I mean, think of Marion Barry. I thought he was done, and
there was
he came
video
back.
of that too.
Oh my goodness! You know what's interesting is to actually go through the list. Now we know the things that he has basically admitted to, but the list is rather impressive. Now get this: not only the drugs, and kind of name your drug. I mean, we're talking marijuana, crack cocaine, whatever. So it's drugs, it's booze, it's escorts. I love the way they describe them. I love the way they describe them. Females who appeared not to be of his staff. And he is accused of verbal abuse, driving drunk, racial slurs, sexual harassment, charging the dance floors. I love that one. Charging the dance floor and pinning people against the wall.
I mean, really?
And then we had that diatribe where he was going to go kill somebody or something that is also on tape. And then I like this one that apparently the mayor is quite well known for his, now somebody's going to have to explain, I'm not a drinker myself, but what in the heck is a vodka Mickey chased with Gatorade? I don't know, but apparently he is known for it.
I thought that was just like when you slip someone a Mickey. I didn't think that was actually a drink.
I have no clue.
But Doug, don't people just love him in Toronto?
Oh,
and they've known that he's had a drinking problem and has had some issues for long before this came out, right?
Yeah, the colorful mayor. So, you know, but here's the interesting thing. We have got a situation where, and even James Carville has, you know, joked about this. This mayor's approval rating right now, as of a day or two ago, it's dropped a little bit. It was 48. Now it's 43. President Obama's was 41. So
seriously,
he has a higher approval rating than the President of the United States.
I know, but this guy is more entertaining.
He is more entertaining.
He is effective. So I don't know, hire him for your birthday party, but do you want him to really lead your city?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Well, listen, I've got to go look up a vodka Mickey with a Gatorade chaser, so I'm out of here.
Thanks so much. We'll see you at 9 o'clock on KSL News Radio.
All right, yeah. Okay, for many moms, the pain of childbirth doesn't end with delivery. It starts all over again once those medical bills arrive. And over the last 15 years, the cost of routine deliveries has practically doubled in the U.S. The cost of a C-section increased 70%.
I found it interesting that the economics actually had an impact on the C-section rate.
Collected medical bills, surveyed Utah hospitals, and talked to experts about those billing practices. And we'll explain what we found, why the price of having a baby could bring on the baby blues tonight at 10.
To say the inaugural run of Salt Lake City's Comic-Con was a success is an understatement.
Yeah, today event organizers are going to announce the 2014 Comic-Con schedule. This year's was a record-setting year, becoming the largest first-time Comic-Con event in North American history. Can you believe that?
That's cool, pretty cool.
It also set Utah records as the largest convention ever in the state. More than 75,000 people attended the event. Organizers say they're planning for 100,000 visitors next year. And Grant Wayman told us that he went with his kids and dressed up.
And loved it every second.
Had a great time. And one Utahn is taking his love for the water to new heights.
Yeah, check this video out. It's called Flyboarding. You may have seen this profiled on KSL over the summer. On that board right there is North Ogden resident Jordan Waymint. Waymint with a T on the end, so we don't want to get him confused with Grant there, flyboarding. Yeah. Have you ever heard of this? It's a relatively new sport. The watercraft was invented in 2011. It's manned by just the one rider there. Over the weekend, Waymint was one of 77 people competing in the Flyboard World Championships in Qatar in the Middle East. He even took home a trophy for his sportsmanship. Man, that's pretty cool stuff. I like it.
Yeah, you know, no relation, but I would totally try that.
Maybe you could use that card.
What's that?
Maybe you could pull that card, like, hey, our name's pretty close, you know?
Yeah, forget about
a free trial.
Forget about the T, and we're totally related. Let me try that thing. Anyway, it does look fun. Today, maybe not the day to do it. It's going to be a mild day, but, you know, obviously not warm enough for something like that. But not a bad day. Temperatures above the average by 3. We're back up to around 60 degrees and lots of sunshine. What you need weather? Well, maybe the rake if you've got some last-minute yard work to do. Today's definitely a good day to do that, because we're expecting some wet weather as early as tomorrow morning. And I'm going to talk about the timing of the next storm and how much colder we think it's going to be getting for the weekend straight ahead.
All right, we're calling it the Daily Double. What is 2 chances to win $500 in cash or groceries? We're giving the keyword one last time.
And speaking of double the pleasure, double the fun, hey, there's Jen Hardman.
Whoa, baby, getting my hands dirty. We are buttering our brined turkey this morning. We're going to tell you about why you need to brine your turkey. Bob, Randy, come on, Randy, get your hands dirty. Look at Bob, he's doing it.
I'm done, Randy.
Come on.
Let me help
guys,
you
we've
out.
got some great
You got to make a little
coming up.
patty first, Bob, and then you shove it in there.
Oh, this is so gross. Oh, my gosh.
It's nothing but love.
All right, guys, we've got a couple of things out there this morning. Nothing major, but a couple of spots that I want to warn you about for your drive right now. If you're just getting ready to head out the door in West Valley, 21st South Freeway, right about 7200 West, we're seeing a little bit of odd delay there. Not sure why that is. Most of the I-15 corridor running along just fine. We did have one accident right up there, just north of Paris Lane on Legacy Parkway. Let's take a live look at the camera there. It was supposed to be right here. This camera looks like it's from a satellite, honestly, looking down at the traffic. Whoa. The crash is supposed to be just past the stuff that's running from the bottom to the top of the screen. It's kind of weird. The Legacy's actually moving.
It's totally sideways.
It's sideways, knocked over on its side.
No, it's not. It's
yes,
up on a pole. It is not. It's up on a pole.
It's
way
like if
up
you
at
shot
the top.
it with an iPhone, but from the wrong angle.
Yeah. No. It's up on the top of a pole, and it's looking straight down.
No, it's not.
It's totally sideways.
It's sideways.
Is it really?
Yeah, see?
Oh, my goodness.
It's like flopped over
on
the side.
That is weird. Oh, hey, there's the crash. I knew if we stayed on it long enough, we would get to the crash. That's it, though, but as you can see, it's off the road, so it really isn't going to affect your drive. It is for northbounders, too, and most of the traffic's going south. This is what we've got on I-15 in Midvale. It's filling in pretty much everywhere else, but really nothing out of the ordinary. Been kind of a blah day, you know, not a whole lot out of the ordinary for traffic. Grant, it sounds like it's the same in the weather today, too, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, I'm still adjusting myself to watching it. I was watching the video like this.
That's a good eye, Andrew,
it was totally.
I really thought it was way up there.
It was totally sideways, was it not?
It was. Yeah, because when they panned it over to the car, then it was straight up, but it was like shooting up the side. Yeah.
That was wacky. Never seen a traffic shot like that. All right, guys, early on this morning, things are a bit hazy out there, but the skies are clear. We don't have any stormy weather to report. Let's look at the Salt Lake Valley temperatures. 34 at the airport. But it's been this way the past number of mornings where those bench temperatures, notice up at the U and Olympus Cove, it's a little bit warmer than it is in the valley floor. So some somewhat milder air above the colder air, a little bit of a temperature inversion going on again this morning. And we've had the hazy days the past number of days. We've got another air quality issue for both Salt Lake and Davis County. We're both in the yellow or moderately unhealthy air again for today. Probably not going to shake those conditions for today. But at least it's going to be warmer by afternoon. 36 in Provo, 27 in Delta, but clear skies. Now, we had clouds last night, but that's a storm that's now moved into Colorado. Not terribly strong. Again, it just brought us some clouds for the most part. It's over here. Another storm in the northwest. That one looks to sweep in tomorrow morning. starting to change our weather. But today, a little hazy, but mostly sunny. And after a cool start, we get another mild finish. Our temperature's back to about 60 degrees, close to 10 degrees warmer than the average high temperature for this time of year. So it's definitely a jacket morning. You know, a winter coat, not a bad idea for early on. But again, like the time we get to noon or the lunch hour, we're back into the 50s and sunshine, so it's going to start warming up, and you won't need that jacket again in the afternoon. Maybe just a light jacket for later on today. By dinner time, it starts to cool down again in the 50s as more clouds come in tonight. And here's the plan for early tomorrow morning. Cold front coming. It looks like it's going to bring our temperature down tomorrow. And this time tomorrow morning, we may be dealing with some showers up north, both lower elevation rain and higher elevation snow showers. So this storm tomorrow morning could play a role in your commute, especially if you're a little higher up in elevation. 40s Bear Lake, down to the south, we're going to see more 60s and 70s. Uinta Basin temperatures around 60, or rather around 50 for this afternoon, a little warmer than that in Roosevelt. Other temperatures down south and east around 60 degrees. Warmer to the south and west, most spots above 60 degrees for the afternoon, and into the middle 70s in St. George. And for the Wasatch, yeah, a little hazy here along the Wasatch Front, but lots of sunshine. Park City temperature around 53. Dixie 7-8, not as warm for the weekend. And plenty of clouds coming in tomorrow as that storm rolls by the north. And maybe even a few showers tomorrow, St. George, although it doesn't look like you'll get much. Definitely cooler for the weekend, though. And for the Wasatch Front, still looking at the big drop here starting tomorrow. Again, here's the game plan tomorrow morning. By this time, we're expecting this storm to roll in, so we're going to be looking at either rain or snow, depending on your elevation. This storm could play a role in the morning commute tomorrow, so heads up there. And then Saturday's storm is looking even colder, a lower snow level, rain and snow mix, and it looks like it turns to snow early Sunday morning for some spots along the Wasatch Front. So be warned, storm coming our way, guys. Back to you.
Bring it on. Okay, Jen Hardman is my dear friend. And so she has a lot of great qualities.
Dear friend.
So I'm trying to be nice here and say that cooking is not one of her strong suits.
Bottom line, Jen cannot cook.
No.
Couldn't boil water if she had to. So today we're putting her in the Thanksgiving dinner boot camp with Harmon's Groceries. They joined us for the Studio 5 kitchen.
Whoa. I just buttered the brine turkey. Hello, I can totally boil water. Andrew Wittenberg. Yes. And I knew it was going somewhere when Lori Pritchard started with, Jen Hardman is one of my dear friends.
And she has a lot of wonderful attributes.
Oh, yeah. You knew it was going south right there. Bob made this look much better, right? I was a little...
Yes.
Bob did a good job.
Yeah, we massaged the butter around into the... Yes.
So this is our maple syrup rosemary brine turkey breast. So same thing, you can get this right from Harmon's. They have it butchered already for you. And then we use the compound butter, the recipe is online, and stuff that underneath the skin to make a little pocket.
And you like brining the turkey?
Well, turkey breasts.
Yeah.
If you're doing a whole turkey, you should brine it. If you're doing a breast, you should brine it because it's very lean.
Cool.
So that keeps moisture in.
Good to know. Look at all this I'm learning. Tell them all the recipes that we're gonna put on our website.
The sausage fennel stuffing is online. The cranberry sauce is online. Both the stuffed turkey leg, the turkey breasts, the compound butter, and the brine are all online.
Go to today.ksl.com on our website. They will be there. Now, Bob and Randy, you guys give a gobble.
Give a gobble. We give
Tell them how they can help.
They can go by any of the 16 Harmon's locations. Super easy, right at the check lane. The cashier will say, would you like to give a gobble? And you'll say, yes, I would. It's
like
a $10 tax-deductible donation. That goes directly to purchased turkeys that we'll be giving to Utah Food Bank and the Urban's Crossroads Center, which me and Randy will actually be distributing turkeys right there and giving them to families that are in need.
And then in December, we're going to help out with the gift bags. And we actually, the food bank will let us know what they're short on, what they like to have. We actually put that in the bag, and it's a $10, again, tax deductible. You buy the bag, you put it in the disposal...
The receptacle.
There you go. And then they come pick them up, and it works out really great.
You guys are always so nice. You're always giving back.
Thanks.
You can also do the donations online. Go to harmonsgrocery.com to do those. Guys, thanks so much for coming in. Chef Evan, thank you for my crash course, my boot camp. I think I was a little bit anxious today with everything I do, but I could do this now, Andrew and Lori. You guys are invited for Thanksgiving dinner at my house.
Wow, I will be there. I will be there, Jen.
Eat it, but you know.
Sweetie, it's in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll order it from Harmon.
Good stuff, Jen. Thanks so much. Yeah, here's your next chance to win $500 in cash or groceries from Harmon's. Today, 2 chances. Today's keyword is boots. Boots is the keyword. Go to facebook.com/KSLAM5. That's the number 5. Fill in that keyword. We will announce the winners before 7 a.m. But remember, don't enter the keyword into the comment section. Just click on the link. That's where you enter the word, and we will get you taken care of with $500 cash or groceries in the next 7 minutes. Lori?
And it is 6:52 right now. Time for the morning fastcast. These are the local headlines you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And this morning, we now know that the hiker that died near Bridalveil Falls is a woman. The Utah County Dispatch says the victim was female. This comes after reports that it was a man that had fallen. The victim and another woman were hiking near the falls last night when she fell. And this morning, a pair of suspected terrorists are behind bars in Kosovo after police say they attacked 2 missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, the LDS Church says the 2 sister missionaries are recovering and have been moved out of the area. Officials say the suspects in the attack were part of a group of 6 men who were planning a larger terrorist attack. And in the Philippines, the latest death toll is just under 2,400 people, and the search continues this morning for the many who remain missing. The survivors are struggling to find enough food and water to survive. Aid is arriving in the Philippine capital of Manila, but it is only trickling into places that really need it. Now, the Tacloban airport can only still land planes in the daylight, which is hampering those relief efforts. Coming up after the break, satellite images from the Philippines showing just how devastated some of those islands are. We'll show you more of the destruction from Typhoon Haiyan. Stay with us.
Breaking traffic news right now on I-15 with Andy Farnsworth in the KSL Traffic Center.
Hey guys, it's emergency traffic on North I-15 just before the I-80 21st South interchange. A couple cars hit each other. One spun out. You can see that truck has hit the wall. They were blocking the left and right lanes. Now it looks like they've got that left lane open, but this is in a spot that's going to cause some big delays. So if you're just getting ready to head out the door, prepare for backups from Murray into South Salt Lake. Maybe take the east or west belts as alternate routes. Right now, that's going to be our biggest problem. Back to you guys.
All right, Andy, thanks a lot. Weather-wise today, we're going to warm up quickly in the sunshine. A little hazy, but our temperature back to around 60 this afternoon. And it looks like some wet weather coming as early as tomorrow morning.
And time to announce our 2 winners for $500 in cash or groceries from Harmon's. Congratulations to Susan Thompson.
All right, Susan.
And our second winner, Amber Shoemaker. Congratulations to you both. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be getting in touch with you to see how you can get your hands on the cash or groceries.
I like it.
All right, you guys, we're getting a dramatic look at some of the before and after pictures from Typhoon Haiyan. We want to show some of those to our viewers. Yeah. These are images compiled by Digital Globe just to show the damage in Tacloban. These are the latest numbers right now for the Philippines. 2,344 dead, 80,000 plus homes destroyed. Can you believe that? Wow. 2 major roads impassable at this point, 70.4 million in damage to infrastructures and businesses, and half the city of Tacloban does not have cell or internet service. And I bet it's a little bit wider spread than that as well outside of Tacloban.
Your heart just breaks for them.
Absolutely, especially when you see those images.
Unbelievable. Stunning. When you always see these after major disasters, just exactly how bad things really are. This morning, ads that promote the president's new health care law, well, they're stirring up some controversy for being a little bit racy. Take a look at this. We are quoting an ad here. Yes, quoting. Here it is, quote, "My health insurance covers the pill," which means all I have to worry about is getting him between the covers. That's the quote. End quote right there. That's not me. I'm quoting. The tagline says, "Thanks, Obamacare." It's one of several ads launched by 2 nonprofits that are trying to promote enrollment. How about that?
All right.
And the Today Show coming up next, new overnight, 2 members of the Secret Service, the president's detail, accused of misconduct. The Today Show has it all in a live report next.